So once you click on the link given as powerbi.microsoft.com/enus/downloads, you would see lots of things to download on this screen. If you have a look on the top left, you would see Microsoft Power BI Desktop. As I said, this is your primarily development location, be it a developer or a business analyst or anyone who wishes to build Power BI reports and dashboards should have and must download this feature, this component from BI site. So if I go ahead and click on this, it takes me to a place in Microsoft Store. I can download it from this site. Alternatively, I can download it using advanced download options. It would take me to a download screen. So there are two ways, either from the store or from another website, Microsoft official website. The details, as I said, if you see, this is the latest product which was deployed on 25th of May. So rest assured, you would be seeing month-on-month update on this screen. Secondly, you would have to, if you can get the data, and these are the advanced features we are anyway going to touch, as in how to fetch data from different sources, how to build relationship and build models from the data, then you develop reports from that models, then you save those reports and then publish your reports on Power BI service. This is the basic workaround which anyway we are going to have a look at it. As I said, the system requirement is any Windows machine and Windows operating system can easily install Power BI Desktop for development. And installation, you need to take care what version are you downloading. Is it x86 or x64? Now let's click on download. It asks you what kind of version. Let's go with Power BI 64 and say next. It downloads it for you. By the time this gets downloaded, let's have a look at Power BI service. The Power BI service can be accessed from app.powerbi.com website. Let's wait. Please note, this is an official account and from which you can access the Power BI service. If you use any personal email ID or passwords, you won't be able to consume the reports as well as develop reports. Ensure you have a domain which is a non-public email ID, and then you proceed with the development. In this case, I've downloaded a Power BI Desktop and this is the dashboard. We would shortly log in. So if I open my downloaded file, yes, there is an MSI which says, do you let it complete the space requirement? Yes, there we are. So now we have the Power BI ready for installation. You just download, you just click I accept the terms and conditions of Power BI Desktop. You click on next, you install it using your mouse next button. You create a desktop on your screen, desktop shortcut on your screen, and then you say install. Please permit it to install it on your machine by clicking on yes. There we are. Components are getting registered, registry values are getting updated, old files, if any, are getting removed. A clean latest Power BI desktop is ready for use. This is a one-step installation, and once this is installed, it is pretty much develop and deploy kind of a setup. Yes, we have installed this Power BI desktop successfully, and now we start with Power BI usage. If you look at it, in the bottom right, we have a screen which is opened up. Yes, there we are. So there are some earlier developed reports. We can go ahead and say try for free. It would take us to a website wherein we would have to give up our work email address. Mind you, if you write abc@gmail.com and you try to send, it would always turn up and say it looks like a personal email address. Please enter your work address to go ahead. So you would need your corporate email ID to go ahead before you use this product. In my case, I would just enter my email ID, which is already logged in. I would like to sign in with my email ID, right? So this is my email ID. You may not be able to view it. Once I sign in, it takes me to my corporate account, and yeah, pretty much it is signed in. So this is a blank screen which will come out for you. Let's have a look at what all components do we see on this screen, and from the next time onwards, the next lecture, next class onwards, we would individually dive deeper into all of these things. Whatever we see on the top menu bar is an home icon, a view button, modeling, and help. Any help related to learning, this Power BI, you do have guided learning. There is certain documentation, training videos, BI blog, community, some samples for the developers, and idea submission. This is where, as I said, Microsoft is constantly gathering feedback from their customers, and that which very quickly turns into their requirement, and then they implement it in their monthly releases. There is a partner showcases wherein the partners have developed something great using Power BI is being shown over here. We'll have a look at it, and there are some consultant services. Home icon is wherein you can connect to a varied source of data. So this is a primarily first step what we'd like to do once we are into Power BI desktop and we get into the development. Then there are recent sources which are a subset of the data you bought in. There is enter data. Then you have a new pages. The pages are at the bottom. You can click on a new page at the top, or you can click on the plus icon on the bottom. Either or will add new tabs at the bottom of the screen. You can add a new visual. The visuals, all these new visuals just create boxes on the screen over here. These visuals can be added from the visualization pane. These are the different visuals which are available in Power BI by default. There are different buttons which you can have it on the screen. On click of it, you can transmit into another website or any tabs or any other page. There are certain visualization which you can import from Marketplace, which we'll have a look at it in our next series. From any file, if you have a file data in which new Excels are getting appended every month, you can have that folder mapped and synced into Power BI. This is a very interesting feature. We'll definitely have a look at this. There's a way to switch the theme. You can switch the color combination of the screens what you see over here, and you can import another theme at your own, or you can select a theme which is developed by somebody else. So now let's have a look. So these are the different options to begin with. Different kinds of views and certain selections. As we progress, we'll have a look at it. Modeling is the place wherein you would create new columns, update some columns, change the data and the format type of the columns of data. You can have a roles and security. As I mentioned, Power BI has its own security feature, that is a role level security as defined by Microsoft. It is implemented in Power BI. You can have a different kind of language setup. In this case, it is English. And you can have different linguistic schema imports. So currently we only have Spanish. We can import other schemas as well. Whatever you see on the left is the grid of data once you import, and certain relationship. If you have more than one set of data or tables or Excels, you can have relationship built in this system. This is another technical area which we'll touch upon in a very great depth, and knowing the pros and cons and the right way of using things. If we go back, there are fields. Once you import the data, you would have lots of fields on the right. Let's quickly have a look at what kind of data can we import. As I said, there are multiple and various different kinds of sources which is available by Microsoft, which is made available by Microsoft to be consumed. So you can have a look, you can have a Excel data, text data, CSV, XML, JSON data, folder data, PDF data, which can be converted into the tabular data over here. SharePoint folder. Many organizations use Microsoft SharePoint and Power BI hand in hand. They can exploit this connector and fetch all the list data and document library data from SharePoint. There's a SQL Server database connector wherein you can directly connect your SQL Server using the credentials and go ahead with it, importing the data as you need. There is an Access database which primarily business analysts keep with them for some kind of huge data which is beyond Excel. SQL Server's analytics service database. If you have SSAS cubes built in, you can connect to those cubes directly and consume them. Oracle database, IBM DB2, IBM Informix, IBM NetTesa, MySQL. So these are different kinds of corporate database backend software which is majorly used across the organization. You can see modern day SAP HANA, Teradata database, right? You can see Amazon Redshift, a cloud based database, SAP warehouse database, Impala, Google BigQuery, Vertica, Snowflake, Sbase, and many more. You can connect to Microsoft Azure cloud-based computing system. You can connect to data lake storage, Azure HD Spark, Power BI data sets if you have it anywhere in the cloud, SharePoint online list. So we had seen SharePoint connector, which is an on-premise, SharePoint online list, Microsoft Exchange, wherein you can get in the data on the people and in the organization. You can have Dynamics Office 365 online data, NAVs. You can have Azure DevOps related data, Salesforce, a major sales related software used by many companies for their sales team. It can be used. Google Analytics. This is a very interesting analytics piece. We'll have a look at it. Adobe Data Analytics. Data World, Facebook data. They're now moving on to the social media side of it. MailChimp data, as there are many marketing, media marketing, email marketing firms who would like to analyze MailChimp dashboards. They can very well do it.